Good morning, kids. As you can hear, it is actually dawn. Well, maybe you can't hear, but the birds are going off outside. It's first thing in the morning. Thought I'd interrupt this apparently regular schedule of pressing, personal, confessional, uh, desperate appeals for help and um, autobiographical vlogging to get back to the original, initial, more important purpose I had. Making these videos of reviewing classic movies from 1980. Forgive me, my breathing problem is still going on. Haven't been able to sleep about the fourth night in a row, which is probably appropriate to the movie I'm about to discuss. Starting at the top of 1980, the first thing worth discussing and addressing here, by my lights, is a made-for-television feature called The Lathe of Heaven, based on an Ursula Le Guin novel, I think. I saw it when it first came on the TV when I was a kid, and about half over my head, 1980 pressed me, and I always remembered it. Watched half of it just now again, and finished watching it because I always enjoyed it. I've seen it 5 or 6 times now. I thought it was Canadian, but I didn't see any evidence that it was a Canadian production just now when I looked it up again. As I recall, the tiny production company that made it on a shoestring budget, also responsible for an earlier micro-budgeted TV feature based on Vonnegut called Between Time and Timbuktu. Also responsible for a later John Varley adaptation called Overdrawn at the Memory Bank. Lathe of Heaven was the hit and is the most famous of these 3 pictures. It's worth talking about the story. Bruce Davison, who's probably better known to the type of person who would enjoy this movie for being one of the leads in Tron a couple of years later. Plays a guy named George Orr in a dystopian socialist future. A little dreary, a little dark. He's busted for scamming pharmaceuticals. Specifically, he's cross-addicted to barbiturate, phenobarbital, and dexedrine, because he's suppressing a problem he has with what he calls affective dreams. That is to say, when he dreams, his dreams alter reality, both forward and backward, so that things change retroactively, and nobody but him remembers the way they were before the dream changed things. The shrink they send him to figures this out, and using machine-assisted hypnosis, suggestion, starts using Davison's ability, or rather his his inability to control this ability, uses them both to alter reality based on dreams the shrink suggests to Davison. Of course, he has the idea that he'll be altering reality for the better. There are unintended consequences again and again, escalating, changing reality more and more drastically as the story unfolds. The script, well, the acting is great. The design, really engaged, really creative. The script is just spectacular. Really witty, thoughtful. Answers to Ursula Le Guin's aesthetic as I know it. Also just clever and funny and complex and post-psychedelic, both dark and funny, cynical, and sort of really positive in the end. I really can't recommend this movie highly enough. Like I said, I've seen it 5 or 6 times now, and I never fail to enjoy it. Um, yeah, I'm half awake. Pardon me for having the mumbles, being not quite up to my usual standards verbally. Pausing in places that aren't quite as intentional, uh, thoughtfully timed as usual. I'm sure I have failed to say half of what I would like to say about the Lathe of Heaven. Um, yeah, certainly didn't mean to just pause and stare at the floor just now. Really need some sleep. Too bad I can't breathe in here. I guess I'm happy I've managed to get through 5 minutes of this video without coughing and snorting, snotting all over myself. It's still got cleaning to do. The mold problem, whatever the fuck it is really harassing me. Yeah, if you if you think I've got good ideas about what makes a movie good, I strongly recommend The Lathe of Heaven. I'm watching it on YouTube right now, so can you, as of this recording? If I remember to, I will share a link specifically to the upload I am watching in the comments. Yeah, it's a super cool movie. And frankly, brightening my morning. I kind of didn't expect to like it as much as I am. It just is got so much going on. It's pretty much all positive, and yeah, it hasn't gotten old yet. Every time I see it, I find more to like it. So today's going to be tough, but I'm going to finish watching this movie first. Maybe that'll set the tone. It's about as tentative and distracted and off point as a review from me is ever likely to be, I hope. Yeah, I keep looking off camera like I'm looking at something staring me down with a dark frown and a demeanor indicating intentions I'd rather not have to address. And, well, I nothing specifically is piercing me with its gaze. It's just everything. everything but this and me and you.